you get the distinct feeling that Willy Wonka hates children.
Hates them or wants to eat them?
Yeah. Or
right, you get that too?
Yes, it does feel a little like he consumes them. And the creepy youngness of him, it feels like he's there's no evidence to support this, but it's a theory that I have that he's drinking their blood and staying young.
Oh my gosh, but he's so pale.
He's so pale.
Welcome to another episode of Is This for Kids? I am Jonathan Bearded Blevins.
I'm Katie, MrsRuvi.
And we are back with part 2 or 3 or 1.
It's probably 3.
It's probably 3. But let me have my fun.
Okay.
Of the Wonka series.
The Wonkatopia.
The Wonkapedia.
That
win!
Was so good! The
Thank you.
Wonkapedia.
That's called a callback. Listen to the previous episodes or the future ones. Because we don't know.
We don't know.
But we are going to talk today about the Johnny Depp Tim Burton version. Charlie.
2005.
The year I graduated high school. Yeah, old. When did you graduate high school, Ruby? 1999?
No, it was 2003.
Oh, you're only 2 years older than me?
Yes.
Dude, I was legitimately just going to make a joke. It was mildly inappropriate. Because I sometimes do forget how old you are because you look so young.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Luis?
Is younger than me.
You're a good man. I was just gonna say, when you gave me the look when I said 2005, I got the impression that you really were in high school, 1998, and I was like, could you have babysat me? That's what I was gonna ask you.
I probably could babysit you now. Does Jody leave you home alone?
She does. Sometimes with the kids.
That's funny.
It's incredible.
It's impressive.
2005, Johnny Depp. So before we get into this Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I do have to ask you: Are you a Johnny Depp fan?
I am not.
Why?
I'm not an anti-Johnny Depp person.
When I went to the When We Were Young Fest, I'm currently wearing an emo hoodie right now. I wore eyeliner. I was at an emo concert. I did it as a joke. It was to be a meme. And I looked good, I would say.
I bet you did.
Johnny Depp paved the way for all of us guys to be able to do that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the first Johnny Depp movie you remember seeing?
Pirates of the Caribbean, 100%.
Oh, okay.
What was he in before that I would have even seen?
Edward Scissorhands.
Never would. That's creepy. Never would have seen it.
Okay. There was a Johnny Depp movie that nobody has seen that I'm aware of. It was on HBO constantly one of the summers that I was visiting my dad, and all we ever did was watch TV. And it was called Nick of Time, which was they had stolen Johnny Depp's daughter, kidnapped her, and he had to maybe blow something up. He had to assassinate somebody. He had to kill somebody. Mm-hmm. Or they were going to kill his daughter. He had an hour to kill this senator something that was there. That was my first knowledge of Johnny Depp. And then every single time I ever saw him afterwards, I'm like, oh, it's that guy from that Nick of Time movie. That's honestly what I think of every time I see him. And he wasn't great in that. So
I think I've only seen 4 or 5 Johnny Depp movies, not including Pirates of the Caribbean. I have not seen that one. I saw the movie Blow. That's why I did this. That was a joke.
Yeah.
He was really good in that movie. That movie,
I've never
not
seen
for
it.
kids.
Yeah, I've
it's
never
about
seen it.
drugs. If you can imagine.
Could have guessed from the title. Yeah.
But here's the thing about Johnny Depp that I will say. He was in Edward Scissorhands, like you mentioned.
Yes.
He's a bit of a goof. Maybe you could use a strong word like weirdo.
Bit of a weirdo.
Don't you think? No offense. I think he would admit it.
Yeah, I think that would track for what people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this movie,
proudly so,
the 2005 one, very weird, very trippy, much trippier than the other Wonka movies, which we've reviewed. Check it out, isthisforkids.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Is This for Kids? But also, it has this Tim Burton feel.
Yeah, because he directed it.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas. And Coraline and James and the Giant Peach and all these weird movies.
You've literally just named several movies not directed
by
Tim Burton.
I understand, but they're all kind of the same.
They have that vibe. Yeah,
which we talk about on the show kind of often.
Yeah, and it's not a vibe that we generally think is great for kids. So if there was ever a part of the 1971 Wonka movie that was scary or upsetting to children, it was the boat ride through the psychedelic tunnel, right? With the scary bugs that come out, and then Slugworth's face is there and you're not sure why. That was the only thing that probably would ever freak out a kid. And if you were just to take that scene and expand it to a 2-hour movie, that's kind of where you're at with this 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
It is very trippy. It's very dark.
It's more suggestive.
It's much more suggestive.
It is. There's a little more romance in this version.
You get the distinct feeling that Willy Wonka hates children.
Hates them or wants to eat them?
Yeah.
Right? You get that too?
Yes. It does feel a little like he consumes them. And the creepy youngness of him, it feels like he's there's no evidence to support this, but it's a theory that I have that he's drinking their blood and staying young.
Oh my gosh, but he's so pale.
He's so pale, it's creepy.
Okay, so here's the thing. As I mentioned again in the newest version, the new Wonka movie, that some of the critics were saying that it wasn't weird enough.
Yeah.
So I went to the same. I get so annoyed with Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But like whatever, that's where people go. If you guys have a better place for me to go see whether or not critics like movies, let me know. But I go to Rotten Tomatoes, and of course, this movie, crazy high scores, low audience score.
Yeah.
And then in the new Wonka, pretty decent scores, but massively successful audience scores.
Yeah.
Because the people who love Roald Dahl and Johnny Depp, they think that this is what Wonka is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Weird and trippy.
Yeah. That's not been my experience for Roald Dahl did Matilda, and that's not at all that.
Matilda's awesome.
Yeah, and like even Witches, which is like a kind of a creepy Roald Dahl book, was the original one in the 80s. For other reasons, I'm not a fan of the more recent Anne Hathaway one, but like they're not trippy. They're not trippy. They're maybe a little creepy because it's supposed to be about witches, but it's not trippy, which is what this is.
At the risk of getting made fun of, not canceled, but made fun of.
You should see the comments. Some of the comments.
To me?
Oh, yeah. You got in trouble for mansplaining on Instagram, which was funny because it was just edited down. I had like literally gone on for several minutes afterwards, but they edited out like the stuff I said. And so it appeared that you were like, hey, what's your favorite video game? My favorite video game is this. And somebody was like, geez, man.
Hold on. Are most of the comments negative?
No.
Oh.
We have one like absolute champion on Instagram. Her name's Kangat, right here. It's always coming. Hey guys, you realize they're trying to tell you if this is for kids or not, right? Like it's not whether or not an adult would like this. It's very funny.
That is funny.
I love Kangat. She's our champion online. I'm assuming a female. I don't know that.
At the risk of getting absolutely roasted. Roald Dahl wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends?
No. Dang
it! Cut this out!
Shel Silverstein.
Yeah.
He wrote the lyrics to A Boy Named Sue.
What did Roald Dahl do that I would know?
Literally everything I just named. Big Friendly Giant, BFG.
BFG.
Yeah.
James
Charlie
and the Giant
James
Peach.
and the Giant Peach.
Okay.
Yeah. Matilda,
Yeah, I was just testing you,
Witches.
by the way. I knew that. Silverstein. Where the Sidewalk Ends was awesome.
Yes.
I need to get that for my kids.
Yeah. I liked A Light in the Attic better, but that was me.
Yeah. That's because you read books. I was more of a Calvin and Hobbes kind of guy.
I, for one period of my life, had the Wild Strawberries poem completely memorized. I'm not sure if I could do it now.
Okay, let's do it.
Are wild strawberries really wild? Would they scratch an adult? Would they snap at a child? Could you pet them or let them run free where they roam? Could they ever relax in a steam-heated home? And though they may curl up at your feet oh so sweetly, can you ever feel that you trust them completely? Or should we make a pet out of something less scary, like a domestic prune or an imported cherry? Anyhow, you have been warned, and I will not be blamed if your wild strawberry cannot be tamed. It's on page 66 of Where the Sidewalk, or of Light in the Attic. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Yo!
I know.
That was really good! Armed and dangerous. Ain't too many can't bang with us. Straight up, we no age with us. Label us notorious. I could do that. That's I didn't read. I just listened to rap.
Sure. Did you want me to rap that?
No, it's way more. No, it's more fun for you to have your thing and I have my thing. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so back to
Charlie
and the Chocolate Factory.
Do you think that the 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is good for kids?
This is becoming one of my takes on this podcast, and I'm fine with it. It's just, I just don't think there's a point in watching the movie. There's so many movies out there. Why would you watch this one? Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's good for kids. I would say like 10 and up, maybe 11 and up. Mm-hmm. Just because it's a little bit weirder than the other one. There's more suggestive stuff happening, and it's just a little trippy. And Johnny Depp's kind of weird, so I'm gonna go like 10 or 11. But like, just don't watch it. Just watch the other two. The other two are much better.
The other two are very good. This one's technically truer to the books than the 1971 version was. However, I agree with you. It's a little bit scary. So if you have a sensitive kid that's going to be scared of things, I would say maybe wait till that kid is 10. Otherwise, I'd say 8.
Why not? Okay, so when you say it's like more true to the books, why not just do one that's completely true to the books? Let kids die.
I don't think they die in the book.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe in the musical. In the music, and
not in the
the
book,
research I did. So why are they killing kids in the musical?
It's an implication. It's not a real, like she gets like dropped down into a vat of squirrels. It's not a real death.
Am I
Squirrels
crazy
are nice.
for hoping
Yes.
that the new Wonka prequel has 7 more in between?
Yeah. I'm okay with just the one.
I want 5 more new Wonka films. I want musicals. I want it all.
I want Jim Carter to just randomly appear in every movie I watch. So
you can't always get what you want.
No, it's what we learned from the Prophet Jagger.
Mick?
Yeah. Hey, did you know that we have a Patreon?
We do have a Patreon. You can support it.
Yeah, it's at patreon.com/isthisforkids. And you just click the little button. You can get multiple tiers. At some levels, you get to like hang out with us on
exclusive content.
Live streams. Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting.
Exclusive content.
Exclusive content. Conversation guides for a lot of the movies that we see. Some of them are a little bit more risque than what we're dealing with right here, and you may want to like talk to your kids about it. We'll help you start that conversation.
100%. Check it out. Support us and let us support you, parents.
Yes. Hey, there is so much media out there for a parent to navigate.
I'm Jonathan Beard of Blevins.
I am Katie, MrsRuvi. Let us help you decide.
Is this for kids?